it's Tiff back. It's Mini Mix Media Monday, and we're still working in our little journal here. So I'm just kind of quickly flipping through all of the pages we completed, and oh my, we're at the very last page. So we're starting off with just kind of, because remember this was a jelly print. I'll link it above and below. You can go check out that video on how I made it with a jelly print. But today I wanted to do something very neutral, and I had a stack of letters that were from 1941 and 1943. These are treasures all in themselves, but I'm going to use that envelope as kind of a start. As you noticed, I did put the masking tape down to kind of give some security in that binding there, since this is a handmade journal. I'm using the Oohoo glue stick to go ahead and glue that envelope down. I wanted a little bit of the writing, so the address on it, so that's kind of why I maneuvered it into that's a funny word. I kind of maneuvered it into that way and then glued it down. And now I'm just simply going to use some scissors to trim around and make it fit the size of the mini journal. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. Mondays are Mondays, aren't they? So, just going to trim around the little my little fabric that I got there. Flip it around. Make sure it is turned correctly, because I did do the envelope upside down. And I'm going to go in with some clear gesso and put that down. At first I put it down with the palette knife, and then I went back, you'll see me here grab the big paintbrush here and just kind of smooth it out, because really for this page I'm not looking for the gesso to create any type of texture for me. After it is all nice and dry, I'm going in with a freshly sharpened Stabilo all pencil, and I thought, I'm showing you there that it's a Stabilo all. I'll link those down. You can find those at Amazon. You could also use a watercolor or maybe a water-soluble graphite pencil. And I'm just drawing ever so loosely some eyeballs. We're going to make us a funky lady here. And I'm just going to go in. I thought the eyeballs were a little bit small, so I'm just increasing the eye size. Going in with some nostril holes here. And kind of making what will eventually be lips. Going to give her a little bit of eyelid and a little eyebrow. Not taking a ton of time to do any of that. And then I'm taking the Stabilo all, and I'm just making some crazy wild hair, and I'm going in with the water, the spray bottle, and I'm getting it good and inky, and I'm flipping it all around outside of camera frame. Sorry about that, but just kind of making some good drippage in that. And now I'm trying to find something to wipe it all up with, because I got a little crazy with that. And then I'm going in with a water brush, aqua brush, whatever kind of brush. You could also use just a regular paint brush with some water. And I'm just kind of activating those that did not get activated with the water bottle. I'm just activating that real quick. And then I thought I kind of need to see the line. So I'm going in with a face gesture, and then going in with the neck. I like a slim neck in my girls. And then activating that, because all of this is done with Stabilo so far. So going in with a little bit of shading on that neckline there. I'm going to go ahead and just roughly working at the very end of the pencil, just making some squiggly wild hair. Wild hair, don't care. Or something that could be hair, I guess. And keeping that, it's good to keep a paper towel or something pretty close by so you can absorb any extra water. And now I'm just going in and creating, because remember the eye socket is actually inset into your skull. So that's why you always have those shadows around there. And I'm now activating and adding a little water to make her mouth smaller. And really, at this point, I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I did run into a situation where I got very nervous. Like, oh my goodness, I'm doing this in this journal. And what if I mess it up? And oh my gosh, she looks like a crazy lady with bags on her eyes. And I just said, calm down, Tiffany. It's going to be all right. Everything's gonna be alright. Okay, we're not gonna go into all that, but that's what I was saying in my head. And now I'm going in with some white gesso and that white paintbrush, and because I felt like the writing on that address on the vintage envelope was just kind of taking my eye away from the girl. So I'm going to tone that down with some gesso and kind of use it to create some highlights to kind of define a little bit and kind of bring her face out of the envelope. So just keep working around with that gesso, and that's going to help you get a good base for your next layers. I really didn't want to overwork this girl, but I could see when I looked at her in a different angle that she had a really short forehead. And that stabilo all kind of helps you in getting some highlights and dimension there. So I'm going to go back in with the stabilo, dry her off good. And then I'm going to go in with a blending stomp. And now I'm doing some water-soluble graphite to get a little bit darker on the edges and in the eye area. I think that really helps you in creating some shadowing. And now I'm going to bring out my Daniel Smith watercolors because I felt like she needed a little bit of color. So don't worry, I'm going to bring her back in frame. I got a little excited, and so I'm just going to bring that just a little bit to kind of give her some definition. And that water-soluble graphite started activating on me, but I stayed vigilant, dabbed it off with the paper towel, and kept rolling. I'm going in with a little white just to give a few highlights there. I was trying to give her some pink lips, but the dark was so dark, I don't think it ever came out really pink, so. And then I'm going to add her some little cheeks. And just moving that around on a very diluted. If you get heavy-handed with it, it's okay. You can go back and kind of move it around. And then making sure that the watercolor is good and dry before I move on. And now I'm going in with just a regular drawing pencil to add a little definition to the nose there and kind of smudge that around with the blending stomp. Her eyeballs. And now I lost the whites in her eyes, and I want it like she's kind of looking to the side at the other page. So I'm adding that with the gel pen there. And then I'm just taking and making some light marks, because the regular drawing pencil is going to give you a little bit of a lighter marking. Now I'm going to introduce one more pen, and that is going to be Jane Davenport's Incredible pen that you can buy. And I'm just quickly making some journaling thoughts. As you can see, like, I put one word wrong, but then I was like, and I'm really just talking about, some days you feel like you have the whole world in your hands and pretty much like everything is going to be amazing. And then other days it's like, oh man, my hair's looking wild. I'm thinking, oh Lord, I need lots of coffee to function today. And so then that Jane Davenport just activates so beautifully. And I'm going in now with, I think that was the regular pencil. And so I wanted my words to be illegible, in a sense that they were messy from one page to the other page. And then I had a decision to make. Is it fine the way it is? Does it need something else? So I wanted to push it just a little bit, and I had the masking tape there. So put the masking tape down. And then it looked a little bit white, because, I mean, it's masking tape, so it should. But it did look a little white in comparison to the vintage envelope. So, of course, because I could not find a cosmetic or stencil sponge, I'm just using a paper towel, because I always have to just improvise. And taking that vintage photo distress ink to kind of rough it up and dirty it up and make it look vintagey. And then I had this little scrap of, somehow or another I cut this out, and it's been sitting on my desk now for like weeks, probably months, and I wanted to use it. So I took a little bit of that paper towel that I had the distress ink, just to make it not so white, and then I put fear nothing. I can fear nothing. So I hope you enjoyed my video today. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me know if you enjoy my videos, and I would love it if you'd share it with a friend. Thanks so much, and have an amazing day, guys.